Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. I'm here today with another channeled message. This is a specific message. It might resonate with you, it might not. Okay, so this is a very interesting message, and it's really coming through here for a core group of souls. This is a small but concentrated energy that's coming through because these are powerful souls, but they're fewer in number, and I'm seeing karmic lessons form up around these particular souls. So if this message is for you, I feel like you are one of these souls, and you're probably grappling with, in some capacity, you're asking yourself why. You have maybe experienced a lot of, I really am getting specifically the energy of betrayal and backstabbing, heartbreak, energies here in your life. And you may have noticed that this has a group quality to it, and it may have happened to you more than one time. And you know for a damn fact, is what I'm hearing, that this is not your karma. You, I think, maybe have spent a lot of time blaming yourself for this kind of behavior. Like you thought maybe you deserved it. Maybe you breathed wrong. Maybe you said the wrong word at the wrong time, and therefore it justified your treatment. And maybe there was something you could do to be better. No, all of that is hooey. All of that is hooey. And this message is coming in to help you finally shed this skin and to understand what you've been a part of so that your soul can heal and go on to do the things that it is meant to do here in this life. Now, there is another group of people who may have been called in here to this message because you have been a part of the testing process. You have interacted here with one of these souls, and you are just being illuminated as to, I'm hearing the word gravity, the gravity of what has gone on here. And I feel that you are being prepared for a major switch in destiny lines, major switch in fate lines, depending on how you interacted here with this space. Okay, so they're just wanting you to understand the dance here. Now, I'm going to try to explain the dance to the best of my ability, keeping in mind that I'm in a meat suit, same as you. And I just want to explain this one thing. I don't want you to focus on the wrong thing in this message. These are the ways, they're using the ways that I understand life and that I understand the world in order for me to be able to explain this to you. But they don't want you to focus in on the wrong things. Okay, and what I mean by that is life, the earth school, is an experiential process. I have always heard that you do not need to be spiritual. You do not need to be, in the sense that you do not have to be well versed in the laws of karma and be able to write essays on how karma works and how this works and how that works and who your guides are and how your guides are. You do not have to understand all of those things in order to engage well, in order to profit, in a sense, on a soul level off of what this earth school is meant to do, because this is an alchemical process. Right? So same thing, like if you go into a sauna, you don't have to know how to build the sauna. You don't have to know how the sauna works and what's going on in your body. This cell is doing this. You don't have to know any of that to receive the benefits of the sauna. Okay, so hear the message, the meat of the message for what it is. Anything that sparks your curiosity is potentially a part of your spiritual process, but it's meant to engage you on a process, because this is, like I said, it's an experiential, it's a relational kind of process that's coming in here, okay? So with that being said, the message is that we are moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, which means there are certain patterns, holding patterns, that souls have been grappling with. They've been given this entire age, right, to kind of grapple with, focus on, move around, work with certain soul lessons that they are working on unfolding here for themselves. Now, at the end of these periods, though, it's kind of this like piss or get off the pot kind of an energy, because there's no longer really any excuse for why souls shouldn't have made a certain amount of progress, but they're also, beyond this point, they're displacing the karmic lessons and the repercussions that they're meant to be learning onto innocent souls. Souls that maybe have already learned their lessons, souls that no longer consent to being a part of this holding pattern because the agreement was just for a certain eon, a certain time period under certain conditions, right? Under the age of Pisces conditions. So these things are changing. So when we hear about like revelation in the Bible, this apocalypse energy, right? That's really just new beginning energy. This is kind of all a part of a kind of coordinated cyclical dance. And part of that, I'm hearing day of judgment. So this is a bit of a day of judgment that is going on here between these souls. And that word revelation in the Bible is standing out to me because whatever the original word was, like when they translated it loosely means uncovering. So this is a period of uncovering. So I feel like this person, this core group of concentrated souls, this is a messenger of sorts, okay? And that's interesting, the way that they've kind of used that energy. It's very clever, and they kind of had to send this in, clever. We'll talk about that in just a second. So that people are interacting here with this energy, and it is producing this kind of day of judgment effect where certain things about certain people, all the people that are involved here in this this dance or this moment in time, whatever went on here, it's unearthing certain things here about you and about others that are involved. And that's that. I'm seeing the Judgment card in the tarot. The Judgment card is linked to Pluto. Pluto is symbolic of the psyche, but it's like the buried things in our psyche. It's the shadow. It is what goes on beneath our conscious awareness, okay? And that's key here because shadow work really is all about making the unconscious conscious. This is a part of what this group of souls was meant to be doing here lifetime after lifetime, making this certain aspect of self and behavior conscious. So that's what they're meant to be doing. There's no longer any excusing, or it's not really excusing because it's just like, did you do it or did you not do it? This was your goal, because these are souls that set this particular goal out, and they've been working with their guides, and they've been trying to come into life, you know, in a certain way, in certain bodies, certain time periods, under certain conditions that is most helpful for them to be able to understand their lessons. But again, we're nearing this, and so this is a day of judgment. So I do feel like this kind of, I want to call it a teacher energy, but it's more of a messenger. And I'm hearing that song Messengers from Lecrae, Calling All the Messengers. You might have heard that, but there's an interesting play on words that I'm picking up on. I'm hearing kill the messenger. So usually people say don't kill the messenger, but that seems to be a thing that they think is going to go on here. Like that's a part of the testing process is, are you going to kill the messenger? And also this is a messenger. This is a Plutonic messenger. Okay. So I'm seeing this kind of Mercury conjunct Pluto energy. This is a powerful communicator. This is somebody who, when they communicate, they are unearthing things that have been hidden, where they speak very powerfully and they speak with a depth. Mercury is very, broad in its knowledge. This is the busy little bee that hops from like one flower to one flower to one. So this is somebody interested in many different topics. They're capable of understanding like many different fields. This is a perfect generalist, right? They actually do know quite a bit about a lot of things, and that is something our society doesn't see as valuable, but this person is actually very good at that, and they're good at like mercurial things, thinking, patterns, communicating. But then you've got that Pluto energy. There's a depth behind this person. I think this person might give a superficial flair, like a superficial, yeah, like because they're good at Mercury. Mercury is also kind of like, it can be funny. It can be witty. It can be like a bit of a thespian, right? But I think this person has a way of communicating that is helpful, you know, keeping things light or just saying exactly what needs to be said. But there's a whole depth of knowledge here behind it. That's like that depth. And I think, again, this person, when they speak, this could be whistleblower energy. So they're speaking about things that are hidden, or just Mercury is also like friends and groups and people you see on the daily basis. So the way this person is treated, remember I said, don't kill the messenger. The way this person is treated with this energy, because people can't hide around this person. So it's going to make them squirmy if these are people not dedicated to God, aka dedicated to truth, aka dedicated to love, aka dedicated to cooperation, aka dedicated to taking responsibility for who and what they are and what they do in the world. Okay, this is what's being unearthed here. So you've got souls struggling with this because they're trying to be strategic. So where you've got this beautiful soul coming in here in the middle that speaks with such fervor and power and just naturally has this way of revealing the truth, but the truth here goes deep. This isn't a superficial truth. This is the truth at the core of your being. This is a person who reveals it. Either, again, they're just a powerful mirror. I'm seeing like the sword and the stone, but I'm seeing the sword is this person. So being able to like wield this person, I don't mean use them. I mean, understand like the power in this person and put them in the right positions and things, is a real boon. That's a way that people's karma can work out in a very positive way. But I'm seeing that opposite this person, you have this kind of corrupt Mercury Pluto energy. These are people who communicate in an underhand manner. They're very aware. They might even try to seem friendly. I feel like if you really listen, they talk out both sides of their neck, and not in a way, because there's a healthy way of doing that where it's yes and energy. It points to a nuance. It points you towards a paradox. It points you towards having to think deeper. But these people, if you think deeper about what they're saying, they're not giving any deep truth. Paradox energy is God energy, right? They're not hitting that. It takes skill to hit that. It takes depth, right? These people aren't doing that. These people are communicating with an agenda. And the agenda is Plutonic. It's death energy, right? Transformation energy. It's an ending energy. So they could be trying to end. I'm hearing like this person's reign in some way. And I'm kind of picturing reverse Regina George. You know, when like this soul in the middle of this, that is everyone's karmic test here. They're not Regina George. They're powerful though. And you have lesser people that are just, I just heard ignorant. They're ignorant, but I just heard it like I can't even remember where this is from, but Michael Jackson he was saying something like, it's just ignorant. It's just ignorant. Like, I'm hearing that. Like, they're just ignorant. They're just so ignorant. Like, there's something here like that. And I'm, again, hearing the Jesus quote, forgive them, Lord, they know not what they do. But these are people that they know what they do to a certain point. But again, you don't have very deep people here. And you don't have caring people here. They just want what they want. So they don't care how like one thing leads to another thing, because you've got a powerful soul here that is a part of destiny energy for a lot of other people here. And these other souls that are jealous of this person can't do even half, I'm hearing, of what this person can do. They're just jealous of their spot. So they in their mind, they want to make this person out to be some sort of a Regina George figure. And then they want to attack her. And I'm seeing that chalkboard in Mean Girls where they're like, she'd be nothing without her hot body, her man candy, and her whatever else. So then they set about trying to destroy this person. But this isn't innocent. This is a person who is being bullied, essentially. So this is a karmic test. And I feel like with the Plutonic energy here, this may have been buried here for some time, but with that Mercury energy, there's going to be a messenger. There's going to be something here. And I'm seeing 7. I think that they've had multiple passes at this. There's something that's going to bring this up for the people who are, again, being tested. And it's like every 7 something. Like every 7, I think it's 7 years. Like 7-year cycle or something like that. It comes around where these people can redeem themselves, or like where there is a portal, there's like an opportunity to in some way like kind of pass their karmic test or do a little bit better, with their karmic test to kind of right their soul or something. Because this is marring people's soul, what they've done here. And there seems to be more than one, and it could be more than one. I think there's ganging up, like we've been picking up on that on the channel recently. Like there could be this ganging up kind of effect. Maybe that's what I'm getting 7 for. And it was because they wanted to gain something here. Like these people behaved badly because they thought they were going to gain something by being negative towards a person who didn't deserve it. So they make all these excuses and justifications in their mind. But really, they're trying to not look at themselves, and they're trying to not look at the truth. And they all use each other in this way as well, like a blanket. So this is the karmic cycle that is being tested by the divine. Now, I mentioned this before. I'm only mentioning this for a couple of reasons. I have a degree in psychology. So in that degree program, you have to learn how to like set up certain like experiments and things. And it's hard when you do it in like a soft science field like psychology, because there's so many call them like correlating or mitigating variables and things that you have to try to control for, that are a bit of like a live wire. You can't really control people the same way you can control like objects. You know what I'm saying? So it can be kind of hard to set up a study here. And that's why I'm hearing kill the messenger. They had to send this person in cloaked. And I do think that there's something here about this person's body, like their physicality, the way this person presents themselves and comes across. People are kind of given an opportunity here to paint whatever picture they want to on this person. Obviously, that's not in alignment with truth. So either you're going to paint what you want onto this person, or you're going to show the divine that you care enough to be productive in the world, and that you've developed skills to make sure that your energy is not being belligerent and being ignorant, and just going on attack mode because you had a feeling that you couldn't cope with, and you feel like you should just always be the king or queen regardless of what you can actually come through with. Because I see there's just not there is no competition here, and somebody's got to acknowledge that truth here. But some people can't even get to that truth because they haven't even made it a priority for themselves. It's not enough of a priority for them to behave well in the world and to make sure that they, above all else, do no harm, that they haven't even developed the skills, or they don't hold themselves to applying the skills that they need to actually figure out what the truth is, to make sure that their energy does not get hijacked in order to harm other people, right? That is the test, the core test here that is going on. So this person came in a particular way, and there was particular things that were allowed to go on in order to basically make sure on a spiritual level that what was being tested here is these people's integrity. So if you are one of these people that was sent in and you're like, I cannot for the life of me understand why people behave like this, why I was allowed to be betrayed, this, that, why I wasn't given a heads up, like I thought I'm here working for the divine. Well, yes, baby, you are. But you had to be ignorant about certain things that had to keep you in the dark, because they had to make sure on a spiritual level, well, they're weighing these souls' hearts here against a feather, that they know that they are measuring that person's integrity. Because if certain people here know that you know what's going on, that's when they start doing things because they're embarrassed. and because now people know what it is that they did, and now they know, and so they want to save face a little bit. They're not actually acting out of the goodness of their heart. They're acting because they're ashamed. Now, I think you might have reached the end of the road here, because I think these positive souls, they've also realized something here. I'm hearing my gaslit era is over. I like to watch BJ Investigates. I love her channel. She has started saying that my gaslit era is over. Okay, I feel like something's going on here, and I'm gonna call it out. I get to stand in my truth. Everybody gets to have an opinion. I get to have my opinion too. I am a divine person. I'm also a human person, and as long as I'm not hurting people with that, I'm allowed to have my opinion. I'm allowed to say, you know, I don't really like the way that I was treated there, and I'm gonna treat you with compassion and love. They're saying this is positive two-faced energy coming from this person. This is somebody who like knows how to act. And if this person, this positive person, if they don't like you, I guarantee you don't know. And for some of you, this person doesn't like you, but you don't know that they don't like you, because that's the kind of person they are. It's positive two-faced energy. And they're not running around behind your back trying to tell your friends that they hate you. This person is just dignified. That's how they use that positive two-faced energy. Whereas other people here, they're smiling in this person's face. I'm hearing the word sabotage. They're trying to subtly erode this person, sabotage this person. It's gross, whatever went on here. So that's why certain things were hidden here, is because, and this is, again, I don't know which side of the equation. I think a lot of you are probably the central person where you're like, I don't know why this happened. You came in, you're beyond the cycle of birth and death here. Like, you didn't come in here to resolve like your karmas in that way. You're here acting on behalf of the divine, acting as this messenger. And yeah, again, I'm hearing that song, Calling All the Messengers. And you were meant to bring a message here to each of these people about their own Pluto that needs tended to, and it's a blockage to them being decent, good people, and it has major consequences and effects. These are people who minimize because they don't have any wisdom, and they don't care to have any wisdom about how one thing affects another thing, and how them and their ego, their singular ego, is not meant to, it never was meant to manage all of that as if it were the divine. Yes, you're a part of the divine, but you don't know everything. And so the best thing that you can do is you have to make sure that you are living in alignment with truth and with harmony and with positive intent, and making sure that you can follow through on that positive intent so that it comes across in the world, and just being willing to be a healthy participant in that dance. You got people here who are unwilling to do that. And then once they feel like they're found out, these are people who try to bury stuff under, these are people with very lumpy rugs is what I'm hearing. Very lumpy rugs. And something here is about to be revealed with the divine. I think somebody here might be getting like outed. Somebody here is being like righted and restored here. We've got an end of a cycle, and there's some kind of message here as well. Yeah, that is coming in. So that's the cycle. It's an ending now. This is a testing period is now ending, and the grades are in, and karmas are going to unfold here accordingly. And there's going to be some kind of very quick results here into what needs to be righted. But there's still a lot that's being kept secret here. Okay, so they're saying whatever happens is a gift from the divine. Like, from this point forward, everything is unfolding for you. They're keeping, like, yeah, I'm just seeing a book, and like certain things are like going to be read out here. Some people need to go into hermit mode, so that means they might be let go of something, because they might I don't know, but it's because they actually do, because of what was determined here in whatever this test is, they need to be alone. Some of these people, they can't be trusted to be around other like people. This is a group here that definitely needs to get disbanded on a spiritual level, and that might be part of the karmic consequences. This is a group that's going to be kind of pushed in different directions, because these are souls they don't want building more karmas and connections with each other, because they just bring out the worst in each other, and nobody is able to actually be their best self and check the other person. It's like a very low kind of, yeah, it's unequal give and take here. There could be bribery. There could, yeah. It's preventing some kind of like good karma, not just for this, like, for people who have already earned it from coming in, because these are people who just sabotage it, just get jealous instead of being like inspired. But they're preventing the souls from around them to also building up their own good karmas that they can then receive. Yeah, so there's a lot of hope here, and there's a lot of healing energy being sent your way, especially if you are this person who has been so wronged and betrayed and maligned here. I'm hearing the truth will come out. The truth is coming out here. I'm hearing the truth is coming out here. Yeah, there's magician energy coming through, lover energy, and balance energy, teacher-student energy. That's that Gemini, Sagittarius axis. Very skilled. So you could have a very skilled student or a very skilled teacher here, or you could be one of these things. Something is coming out about that. There's been distance so that certain people can get look at you, and so you can heal your heart here. But there's also destiny energy. This has been a painful ending, but no more pain will come to, 10 of swords into the 10 of cups. So this has been very painful. You absolutely were betrayed. Some of you were betrayed by like up to 10 people, and they all stabbed you in the back, and they were all saying, this is like saying nasty things. This is being reversed. This is being kind of like the poison is being sucked out of your life. These souls have been or will soon be given their final opportunity to be a part of that dance, to be a part of removing the poison that they injected into your life, the pain that they struck you with. They will be given the opportunity to remove their own sword, and that will also be factored into their own karmas. But this is no longer tolerated, and you have this beautiful new offer energy that potentially you don't see coming. And it is going to, somebody is really not liking this either, because they know they're going to be outed. This person is in strong devil energy, and they like to pretend that they are an emperor, though. They're really like resistant. And this person's nervous because people are starting to change their opinion on this person, because you're actually being righted. You're being restored to your rightful place, like potentially in the world, but also in people's minds. And people are starting to realize how ruthlessly like you were betrayed here, and that you were really leading with a lot of heart energy. I'm hearing you wore your heart on your sleeve, and then you got punished for it. Damned. I just heard Queen of the Damned. So you're riding in on your horse as a victory for you. And it was a long time coming is what I'm hearing. And you had to maybe... There's some kind of reunion energy that is coming through here. It's very positive, but there's also a breakage with somebody who was very conniving and is going to be very pissed because this person just has like jealousy and rage. And they've gotten called out here. This person needs to walk away. I'm seeing the 10 of Wands with like their head buried in the burden, because they need to turn that corner in their self where they are no longer just and animalistic. They need to grow into that human part of themselves. Sagittarius, the beast becoming man. So this is what's being called out in this person, and they are being left with the burden of actually having to correct it. For some, this group energy, they turned on you for like this other person. They need to right themselves and to also just sleep better at night. This is a group that needs to band together to now turn against this person and say, you fooled us. You used us for your own agenda. You knew what you were doing the whole time. Your apology is not accepted here, and you need to get out. And we don't accept this behavior anymore. We are determined to be better. And you are not. So you need to leave. And there's a ringleader in this that is going to be... I'm literally seeing them being handed some kind of paper. This person could be receiving some kind of like termination notice, some kind of like formal charge for some of these people. It might literally be written down what this person did. Like this person is having to hang their head in shame, and they always should have. They just were so keen on pushing that onto your plate, making you a scapegoat, making you a target. And that's why I'm hearing your guides sent you in for a little game of kill the messenger. They were meant to not kill the messenger. They were meant to understand a messenger that was bringing in some kind of higher truth. But this higher truth had to unearth the negative, grotesque things that were going on in that Pluto energy that nobody wanted to look at and everybody thought was buried. And notice how these people behaved around you when they thought it was buried. And they were trying to muscle around here within a friends group here, or some kind of Mercury energy. Some of these people are very skilled communicators, but they use that to try to muscle good, positive, healthy people out of positions. So they're evil. That's what that is. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it. And that's why things had to unfold the way that they did. It's nothing that you did wrong. They want you to start healing from that. They want you to get that out of your mind, because that was part of these people's games, is that they were trying to blame you. And I think you are such a righteous person that you were like, well, if I did something wrong, I want to fix it. But nobody's like telling me the straight truth. And it's because the well has been polluted. And I'm hearing cast no dirt in a well that has given you water. You have given these people water. You've proven yourself. You cast no dirt in a well that has given you water. And these people were just casting their dirt in you and didn't care. And now they have to go drink from a dirty well. Your well is being purified and cleansed, and there is going to be a beautiful community that sprouts up around you, just as was always, I'm hearing, promised and planned. But these people need to take responsibility for their horrible, horrible behavior. So that's why things have gone the way that they have. But I do feel like you've been... healing from this. I will say, just the last thing, it's really standing out to me. I've got the 8 of Swords here in front of me, and in this deck I'm using, her entire face is covered with a bandage. Her whole face. Her ears are covered. Her eyes are covered. Her nose is covered. Her mouth is covered. So I feel like these people really tried to cover your true face. And they also tried to cover your senses, to where like you couldn't see straight. You couldn't hear, you didn't know what was going on. So if you were in a situation, you're like, I'm getting the weirdest feedback here. Like, I really have no idea, and nobody's talking to you straight about it. It's like, This person says that I'm such a pushover. This person says I'm a bullying asshole. Like, what is going on? Like, who are you guys talking to? Where are you getting this? Especially if you know that certain people are not around you on a daily basis or have no idea what it is that you actually do. I think you were probably confused, and that was the point. And you were seen as somebody, I think, very beautiful, very, I'm just seeing you dressed in red here. So just powerful. And that was a threat here. And people wanted you in your head. They wanted you blamed, and they wanted some kind of authority here to step in and bind you and intimidate you. And they also wanted this authority figure or company. They wanted them telling you these confusing things. I'm seeing this, authority towering over you. You're bound. You've got that bandage over your eyes. And then all the 8 swords that are just around you, and they're all upside down. So they don't have the truth about you, but they want to weaponize. That's Pluto, power by proxy. They wanted to weaponize power by proxy, utilizing lies and subterfuge, Pluto, hidden, buried strategy, power dynamics, power play, power games, secrets, keeping certain things buried, the truth buried. They wanted that, and then they wanted these authority figures to be the one to throw all these lies at you so that you couldn't refute it because you didn't know where they were coming from, and you knew it was wrong, but because it's coming from an authority, you just have to take it, basically. That's what was going on here. And this is all being righted. It's in the process of being righted. Keep healing your heart. Stand in your own righteousness. Know that you didn't do anything wrong. All you did to deserve this is, I'm sorry if my tiny bit of success feels like I was taking something from you. That's from Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. When Julia was trying to scheme on Carmen because she was jealous that she got the role that she wanted, and she was trying to plant it in everybody's mind that she wasn't fit for the role or whatever. And then Carmen ended up finding out. And she was like, I'm sorry if my tiny bit of success felt like I was taking something from you. But you did teach me one thing this summer, and that's that nobody can diminish you but yourself. And you taught me that. So thank you. So I feel like you are learning how to stand in your power here, and you are learning that it might take some time, but the truth always comes out. And what's done in darkness comes to the light. Your guides want to show you this so you can, again, start to heal your heart. And if you were a part of this, I feel like you have to start coming to terms with just how much damage was done here. You need to start taking responsibility for the person you are. It's no small potatoes to gang up on somebody, no matter how big or how small. This to me looks like the kind of situation where we could have avoided burning a witch if even one person had done their due diligence and done what they somehow declared that they were like capable or supposed to do. Somebody had it in their mind that they were a good person and that they didn't sit by in the face of evil or when people are getting bullied. You also potentially, for some of you, this situation unfolded in a professional environment because you have higher forms of karmas. So in a professional environment, they're telling me you have resumes. You have people writing down that they can attest that they've received certain training, that they know how to do certain things. And that's a part of the agreement as to why they're hired. There's contracts in place that they are actually being paid money because they have certain skills. So like, for instance, if this involves like an HR department or something, you've got an HR professional that's saying they know how to handle like difficult situations. So what, you just going around firing people willy-nilly? You just like listen to one person's side of it. You just believe that person wholeheartedly. I literally am hearing because they're male. So I really think gender could be something here. You mean you never were taught about like gender or racism or anything like that. Like, so this person is claiming that they have some kind of skill where they can learn how to get to the truth of something and then make I just heard noble and neutral decision. They've held themselves to that standard by the position that they're in. The people who are in professional positions here, they've got higher karmas that they're supposed to be working out. They're really making sure that those people are held to the highest karmas because they are declaring, I have this certain skill and I am capable of functioning in this certain role. Or for some of them, they put them through a certification program that they got a certificate at the end. I'm telling you, like, this is really airtight here, what they did on a spiritual level to make sure that what they were testing for, and that the karmas can unfold well. And your service will be commended, like your noble heart, like you are seen on such a spiritual level for being able to withstand this, because I don't think this was easy. And your nobility is seen in the higher realms, and it will be seen here as well. So if that resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.